Welcome back to What's Up With That, the show where we ask the questions like, who are you? Where are you from? What's the digits behind your social security number? Hmm? We ever talk about that? I'm your host, Anita Dump, and these are our top stories. On Monday, 12th May 2025, I was informed by Can-Am Wrestling themselves, yeah, that's right, I'm getting popular with these wrestlers, that one of their greatest heels of all time, one of the half of Nothing But Trouble, one of the greatest tag teams, by the way. I know, I'm biased. Unfortunately, the God of Thunder, Andy Anderson, is in the hospital recovering from a torn tricep. I know, it's gonna leave a mark. Ooh. Which, unfortunately, Andy Anderson will be cut off from his matches coming up in Olds, Bulldog Saloon, and Okotoks. I'm sorry, guys. Andy fans out there, you won't be able to see Andy, which kind of sucks. Man. So hopefully, Otto, keep the show on the road, because I got tickets. I'm excited to see an Olds, see what Can-Am's got cooking up. Which begs the question, who's going to team up with Beefy to fight Scorpius and Hayden? Or are they just going to cancel that out? Because if they do, that'd suck. I was really hoping for that match. Well, I guess only time will tell. Follow Can-Am Wrestling for more details. And Otto, better cook something up. Let's all wish Andy Anderson a speedy recovery. Stay strong, brother. So what's new in the music scene? Well, we got Chaperone, a stripper who loves ponies. Benson Boone, also known by Katy Perry as Benson Swoon. Ooh, Katy Perry. Ooh. And as I dig myself deeper into this rabbit hole of music, I've come across something wild. Okay, you guys are not going to believe this. Who the hell is Sabrina Carpenter? Being dead ass. Can someone please, please, please tell me who the fuck is Sabrina Carpenter? Like, huh? What? Huh? Where'd she come from? Am I sleeping under a rock? Like, music's my jam, but I have never even heard of her. Let's just see what the freaking team has come up with. Hmm. Oh wow. Okay. So Daryl at research team apparently tells me that is freaking she sounds freaking wild. Okay. Bear with me. Okay, this is completely new to me. So apparently she's big in the pop scene right now. Or I think so. That's what Daryl says. If she's so big, how come I've never heard of her? Like, what's up with that? I've never heard her old songs. Apparently she's been touring. Apparently she's got concerts. And I don't even know what the fuck she is, you know what I'm saying? Apparently she does a lot of crazy stuff backstage. Like, whoa. Is this a show for children or is it for adults? You know what I'm saying? So apparently she sings a song at the concerts about getting knocked up and she does weird poses on stage and it's supposed to be seductive? I'm sorry. Is this just me being a pop star? Like it sounds exactly like something I do. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Alright, Sabrina Carpenter, she sounds like an interesting gal. If you're watching this, I wouldn't mind those pink handcuffs, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Those are our top stories for today. Now, if you excuse me, I got a drag show coming up, so, coming to a theater near you. We'll be right back after these messages. Maybe makeup, didn't even do my hair right. I look like freaking Dexter. Welcome back to What's Up With That, the show where we find out that wrestling only has one royal family. Anyways, y'all, this is the time of the show where I say, I'm stupid. Anyways, this is the interview part. So if you like wrestling, you're gonna love this guy. I know I do. He's pretty cool. Here's the interview with big business himself, Mr. Sidney Steele. There he is. How you doing, big business, Mr. Sidney Steele?
Not too bad. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I just talked to Sean Martins the other day.
Oh, wonderful. How'd that go?
This is an interesting little chat. We tried to figure out an interview, but yeah, he didn't have internet, and he was working out too. So you can what you can get fit in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, shall we get right into the questions?
Sounds good to me.
First off, I want to ask you, where do you get your robes? Because those robes are like absolutely phenomenal.
Oh yeah, those are all custom made. I mean, highly expensive, one of a kind, and all custom made and sent to Sidney Steele to wear the ring.
Oh yeah. Who makes them? Do you know who makes them?
I don't have a name. I don't have a name I could give you. I'm really sorry.
Oh dang. Because that looks really good. Like you and Martin's got some fantastic robes.
Oh yeah, I mean, Martin's has got some pretty awesome ones. He's got a really cool purple one, really cool blue one. I've got some new ones coming down the pipe, so I guess stay tuned for those guys too.
Right on, can't wait to see it. I'm excited for that. I like your background, by the way. Pure power.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Don't you have like or did you do a match there yet?
Yeah, I've been working with Pure Power Wrestling now for all 14 years.
Oh wow, 14 years. And
Yeah,
don't you have a
PPW
match
just had
coming up with Bobby Sharp?
yeah, Saturday in Lethbridge with Bobby Sharp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw on your Instagram feed that there was a match coming up.
Yeah, Saturday with Bobby Sharp. You know, we've had the opportunity to wrestle a handful of times in the last year or so, and I'm expecting Saturday is going to be a really good one.
Oh yeah, I bet it will, especially with the Lion Warrior, Bobby Sharp.
Oh yeah, you know, Bob's a hell of a wrestler, hell of an athlete. I mean, can't take anything away from the guy, and he's a guy that I really enjoy being in the ring with. You always know you're gonna have a good match with Bob, right?
Yeah, that's right. Wow, that's amazing. So, Sydney, tell me, how exactly did you become a wrestler?
Yeah, I've been a wrestler for, just about 18 years now. So originally from Halifax, and when I was out there, I discovered the Wildman Academy. So trained by Wildman Gary Williams. He's kind of everything there is to do in maritime wrestling. Spent a lot of time out here in Alberta with Stampede Wrestling, and I believe did a little bit of the early Can-Am wrestling stuff as well. So originally trained with him, and been doing it ever since. I think as of today, I think there's only 3 of us from my training class that are still actively wrestling.
Oh wow! So that would be you and Sean Martin.
No, myself, Wrath from Monster Pro Wrestling, and Narcissus Saint, who's still in the Maritimes.
Oh wow! So you and Sean Martins aren't even in the same wrestling class, eh?
No, I've known Sean Martins now for 7 or 8 years, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys got a pretty good relationship going.
Yeah, I really do. And we've We've been a team now for about 4 years. We've had a lot of success together, and hopefully even more to come in the future.
Yeah. So another question I got here about your wrestling gear.
Yeah.
Do you know who designs like the shorts and stuff? Because I hear that's like a thing or a hard thing to do.
Who designs them?
Yeah.
The ones I wear are all kind of my own design. The the two-tone with the logo on the back, that's one that I've come up with over the years that I really like, and kind of stuck with. It's kind of become the signature of my wrestling gear there.
Well, so you chose the right font. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, right on, man. How do you like print it? Do you have like a manufacturer who does that or like
Yeah,
some
all that is manufactured. Again, I think I've got some cool stuff coming pretty soon with kind of a logo pattern on it, which I think will be really cool looking.
Ooh, you heard it here first. New merch. That is awesome. So out of the years that you've done wrestling, what would you say is your craziest moment?
Oh, my craziest moment. There's been a lot of crazy stuff. Some of it maybe not appropriate to talk about in public, but I would say my craziest moment in an actual wrestling context would be either some of the opportunities I've had to do things like wrestle in Mexico on IWRG television with a great group, teaming with a great group of other Canadian wrestlers. That was a wild and crazy event. Or the opportunity to, wrestle in the Lethbridge, the visit lethbridge.com arena. So the large arena in Lethbridge. It's pretty cool to be able to say, you've wrestled in the same place that Alice Cooper has played and Motley Crue and a lot of those big name acts, right?
Right. And all the legends and stuff.
Hmm.
That's pretty awesome. I can't even imagine that, like being in the same building as all these legends.
And just walking down the halls and seeing all the photos on the walls from they've got photos on the walls from Alice Cooper shows and Tragically Hip shows, um, Judas Priest, John Mellencamp, all these legends, right?
Man, that is crazy. And there's another moment I want to mention too. Like,
Yeah.
what's the deal with you and the puppets? With there was Kermit and there was a Fraggle.
Oh yeah. So that was a really, really cool opportunity that came up. So I don't know if you know this or not, but actually in Calgary is where they've filmed the kind of revival series of Fraggle Rock.
Oh, no way.
So Jim Henson Production filmed, or is currently, I guess, filming the revival series of Fraggle Rock. So actually, at the end of filming their first season of Fraggle Rock, we were presented with the opportunity to wrestle for the Jim Henson crew as a kind of a private event, a private party for their crew. And I basically said, sign me up as long as I get to meet Kermit the Frog, right?
Yeah, that's like a hell of an opportunity. Like, wow. I couldn't even imagine. Like, oh, wrestle for Jim Henson's crew. All right,
Right?
sign me
It
up.
was just a really cool opportunity, really cool thing to be able to do.
Yeah, and plus, you got to do it.
Hmm.
And who else better than Sydney Steele, huh?
Exactly.
That is awesome. Do you know any good trainers for wrestling?
Oh, any good trainers for wrestling? Well, actually, you anybody looking to get into the sport of pro wrestling, there's a couple of places I'd suggest that they look into. If you've got if you've got the funding, you've got the availability to head down to Georgia to the Nightmare Factory. I know Scorpius has spent some time down there in the Nightmare Factory, and
Mhm.
I mean, his wrestling speaks for itself. What you get coming out of the Nightmare Factory, right?
Mm.
In addition, if you want to get in touch with the Pure Power Wrestling Academy, there's a group in Southern Alberta that does some training, can help people break into the sport of wrestling. Um, there's also, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't mention out in Vancouver, the Lionsgate Dojo. If you're in that Vancouver area, the opportunity to work with folks like Nicole Matthews and Artemis Spencer, and a lot of a really solid crew of pro wrestlers coming out of that Lionsgate Dojo.
There's so many options too. I want to add a couple too. Like there's
Yeah.
in Calgary, there's Natalia's uh training thing. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's
Well, so
Natalia.
in Calgary, they've got I believe some rings set up at the workforce gym.
Mhm.
So there's two rings in there, and I believe training going on in there on a regular basis.
Yeah, that might be Natalia's thing. And there's also the Black Spider Academy with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, down in Iowa.
Yeah, in Iowa. And then what else? I think there's Booker T as well.
Yeah, Booker T's Reality of Wrestling in Texas. Again, another place that produces some great talent. I know actually the Prospector spent some time down there,
Oh, no way.
and again the I would say the difference in Prospector before he went and after he came back is would be noticeable. Reality of Wrestling in Texas would be a great place to go and either start your journey, or if you've already got some training, kind of take your skill set to the next level.
Exactly. You just gotta choose the one that fits for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly. So another thing I want to add is for your matches, who do you think is your toughest opponent you've ever faced?
Oh man, toughest opponent I've ever faced. You know what? I gotta say, it's gotta be probably Kyle Sebastian. I think I've wrestled him 150 times at this point. Every match we have, the two of us come out battered and bruised, win, lose, or draw. Right? He's a hell of an athlete, a hell of a competitor. He's we've had title matches, we've had cage matches, we've had tag team matches, we've had pretty much everything you can imagine. And I mean, the guy is a once in a lifetime pro wrestler. He really is. He's like I said, a hell of an athlete, and he is a guy that every single time I step in the ring with him, I know whether I win, whether I lose, we are both coming out beaten up.
That sounds like a hell of a fight.
Oh yeah.
Definitely worth a main eventer, I would say.
He and I have had our fair share of main events against one another over the years.
That's good. Especially because of the cage matches, eh?
Exactly.
That's brutal. Yeah. So outside of wrestling, what
Yeah.
exactly do you do for a living? Or what do you like to do?
You know what I like to do outside of pro wrestling? Spend a fair amount of time in the gym, fair amount of time actually training in the ring, as well as I do a lot of behind the scenes work in pro wrestling too. So a lot of video editing, graphic design, all that kind of stuff as well. Um, Kind of to contribute to the sport in other ways outside of just specifically inside the ring. I help people kind of start on that journey into pro wrestling as well. Do some training, but outside of traveling, having matches, that kind of stuff. A lot of behind the scenes work in the sport as well.
Wow, that's amazing. Good for you, man.
Thank you.
Have you done like script work or anything like that yet? Or is that just
I've booked and promoted events. Yeah, I've done some matchmaking. I've done pretty much if you can name it in professional wrestling, I've done it. I have filled in as a referee. I have done commentary. I have I have taken tickets and sold concessions and everything you can think of in pro wrestling I have done at one point in time or another.
Ooh, did you ring the bell?
I have rung the bell. I have ring announced actually in ring announced actually for boxing, not for pro wrestling, but ring announced. I have yeah, every job that you can think of that there is to do in pro wrestling, I've done at least once.
That is awesome. I mean, you still got to ring the bell, so that's pretty decent. That is awesome. So I have an idea
Yeah.
for this epic video, and I
Yep.
want you to choose two wrestlers from anywhere, any
Okay.
gender, basically anything, and they will be set in a Royal Rumble against AI. And if they
Okay.
win, then I don't know what will happen, but if they lose, I gotta get a crappy tattoo.
Okay. Well, it's got to be then. I'm gonna say Triple H and Randy Savage.
Oh, good choices. Hopefully they win against the AI. Ooh. Which Randy Savage should we do? Because I think there's a couple. There's like Prime and there's like King. Or maybe. Yeah.
Well,
Or
it's got to be
NWO, I think.
it's got to be Prime Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. And Triple H, there's just Prime, or should we go like the game Triple H?
Oh, it's got to be the game.
Oh yeah.
Got to be.
Because we do love Prime Triple H, but the game, oh yeah.
Exactly.
That is freaking awesome. Hopefully they win. So I think I have one more question.
Yeah, for sure.
How did you and Shawn Martins come up with the brand instead of Enterprises?
Oh, that's a good question. So originally we were put together as a team by Johnny Devine. He's the one that suggested that we work together as a team. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure where the name came from. It just kind of came up at the beginning. We were asked to brainstorm some names. It came up and it stuck. As I think as soon as I heard it, I really loved it.
I mean, it's a good name,
Yeah.
but like Enterprises would have sounded dope. Like
Well,
the
there's a
Enterprise.
team based in British Columbia right now. They're I believe, reigning thrash wrestling tag team champions known as the Enterprise. Charlie Joseph and Justin Sider.
Yeah, they kind of stole
Yeah.
that name from you, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I'm waiting for the day we have the opportunity to face off against those guys.
Yeah, it'd be a good match. Fight for
Yeah.
the titles.
Exactly.
So out of your whole wrestling career, how many titles do you think you won?
Oh, I've kind of lost count. I know Shawn Martins and I are two-time Can-Am Wrestling Tag Team Champions. We're three-time Pure Power Wrestling Tag Team Champions. I've held gold in the Maritimes. I've held championships in I've held I was the first ever a much younger, smaller version of me was the first ever Pure Power Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion. Currently have the record for the longest reign as the PPW Heavyweight Champion, former Heavyweight Champion. I held the Wild Rose Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. I've kind of lost track over the years, as to exactly how many championships I've held. A good way to look it up though would be in Vance Nevada's book Uncontrolled Chaos. It's got a pretty comprehensive, almost full list of every championship, every champion and every championship in Canadian wrestling up to, I believe, 2021 or 2022.
Hmm. Yeah, he told me about that. And yeah, maybe I might consider buying it.
It's a great read. It's if you are into the history of professional wrestling, it is a book for you. It's got, like I said, a comprehensive list of champions. It's got information on essentially every promotion that's ever operated in Canada. It has, I believe, match records for a number of pro wrestlers in Canada. It really is an amazing read.
I actually interviewed old Vance, and I don't think you've seen it, but yeah, I interviewed Vance.
Awesome.
Yeah, and he told me a lot. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty decent, pretty decent.
Yeah.
So how do you keep that like, well, I should ask a better question. Are you happy with wrestling?
Oh, of course. Absolutely love wrestling. It's the, the essentially the only thing I've wanted to do since I was in third grade, right? So
Mhm.
that's that's a number of years ago at this point.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So for somebody who say has a dream of that,
Yeah.
but has to like keep that determination, how would you say to keep going and do what you love kind of thing?
I mean, just I would say to find some way of getting involved in the industry. So, if it's not immediately in the ring as a wrestler, promotions are always in need of help in one way or another. It's a great way to get in the door. And, I would say if it's just a matter of kind of keeping that love of the sport alive, just keep watching it. Keep finding the cool thing about pro wrestling is there's always a new wrestler to discover. There's always a new promotion. There's always, new matches happening. There's always something new to be able to discover and to keep things interesting and new and keep that love of wrestling alive.
I'd say that's like the main things, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Perfect way of describing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you heard that they're doing a thing with Can-Am and micro wrestling too? They're like
I believe I saw that. Yes, I believe the midgets are coming to Olds in June, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. And I heard it was like a partnership, so it'd be like 2 nights of micro wrestling and
I believe so, yes. 2 nights at Bulldog Saloon of the Midget Wrestling Warriors and Can-Am Wrestling.
yeah, like something like that. Like that's pretty
Yeah.
good. Like getting that sponsorship and getting everything. Yeah,
And
it's
if you have never been to a Midget Wrestling Warriors event, that is one that you've got to check out. It is one of the coolest nights of wrestling you're going to see.
fun. I did
It's
get a
it's
preview of that on like I forget what day it was, but they had the main event and it was
yeah,
Cody versus the what was his name? Short sleeve or long sleeve?
short sleeve Samson.
Yeah, Samson.
Yeah. Yeah, the Midget Wrestling Warriors events, if you get an opportunity to see it, it's a night of midgets, women, and luchadors, and it is, like I said, some of the coolest stuff you are ever going to see. I've had the chance now to see uh, two or three of the Midget Wrestling Warrior events, and it is a good time every time you go.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a good time seeing Samson too.
Yeah.
So if it's as cool as Samson, then I'm definitely in micro wrestling.
Oh yeah.
That looks like a fun time. Well, I think that's all I can think of for our time.
Sounds great, my man.
Thank you so much, Sydney, for coming
Yeah.
along.
Anytime. You reach out anytime.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
Sounds good. Have a
And if
great
I
rest
ever
of
need
your day.
wrestling tips, might as well talk to you.
Reach out. Don't hesitate to reach out.
Will do.
Awesome, man.
All right, you have a good one.
Thank you. You too.